Pete Hegseth, a United States Army veteran and Fox News host, recently said something that, well, turned heads around the world. The Philippines is now the world's center of attention. At first, that might sound surprising. After all, when people think of global hotspots, they usually mention Washington, Beijing, Moscow, or even the Middle East. But why would a country of 7,641 islands suddenly become the stage everyone is watching? The answer lies in a powerful mix of geography, politics, culture, and resilience that has placed the Philippines at the heart of today's global conversation. And as you'll see, Pete Hegseth's words are not just commentary, they reflect a new reality shaping the 21st century. The Philippines has always been strategically important, but now the world is realizing just how vital this nation is. Located right in the heart of Southeast Asia, it sits at the crossroads of some of the busiest sea lanes in the world. Around 60% of global trade passes through the South China Sea, and the Philippines' territorial waters are right in the middle of it. This means that whoever has influence over the Philippines doesn't just gain access to one country, they gain access to global shipping, supply chains, and maritime routes that fuel the world economy. That's why superpowers are suddenly paying close attention. But geography is just the beginning. The Philippines is more than a piece of land or sea routes, it's a nation of people with one of the most powerful diasporas in the world. Over 10 million Filipinos live and work abroad, sending home over $36 billion in remittances each year. These remittances don't just fuel the Philippine economy, they stabilize entire communities and make the country more resilient during crises. From nurses in New York to engineers in Dubai, from seafarers on cargo ships to caregivers in Europe, the Filipino workforce is everywhere. This global presence is why Pete Hegseth and others recognize the Philippines not as a small country, but as a global network of influence. And then there's the military and security angle. The Philippines has become a key United States ally in the Indo-Pacific strategy. Recently, new bases were opened under the Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement, allowing American forces to rotate troops and equipment closer to contested waters. At the same time, Japan, Australia, and even European powers like France and the United Kingdom are stepping in to strengthen defense cooperation with Manila. Why? Because they know that if the Philippines is secure, the entire region is more stable. Pete Hegseth, being a former soldier himself, understands this better than most. He knows that when tensions rise in Asia, the Philippines is no longer on the sidelines, it's right at the center of the action. But it's not all about military power. The Philippines is also gaining attention because of its booming economy. Despite challenges like inflation and inequality, the country has shown remarkable growth. It's becoming a hub for outsourcing, digital innovation, and even renewable energy. Tech giants are now eyeing Manila as a potential digital capital of Southeast Asia. Startups are emerging, and foreign investors are starting to view the Philippines not just as a place for cheap labor, but as a source of talent and creativity. This economic rise makes the country impossible to ignore. When global leaders look at where the next big opportunities are, the Philippines is right there on the list. But perhaps the biggest reason the world is paying attention is something less tangible: the spirit of the Filipino people. Pete Hegseth himself has often praised Filipino soldiers for their bravery and discipline. The Philippines has a long history of standing shoulder to shoulder with allies, from World War II to modern peacekeeping missions. Beyond the battlefield, the resilience of Filipinos is, honestly, legendary. Natural disasters strike often, yet communities rebuild with smiles, songs, and unshakable hope. This kind of spirit has captured the admiration of the world. When Christine Lagarde, the former IMF chief, visited the Philippines, she called the experience, well, unreal because of the warmth and optimism she felt from ordinary people. It's this humanity that makes the Philippines stand out on the world stage. So, what does it mean when Pete Hegseth says the Philippines is now the world's center of attention? It means the country is no longer seen as just a backdrop in Asia's story. It's becoming one of the main characters. It means that the Philippines is shaping conversations about trade, security, technology, and culture in ways few expected. And it means that Filipinos, whether at home or abroad, are no longer just participants in the global story, they're helping write it. But there's another layer here. When the world pays attention, opportunities come, but so do challenges. The Philippines is caught between superpowers competing for influence. On one hand, the US and its allies want to secure freedom of navigation and support democracy. On the other, China wants to expand its influence and challenge the status quo. This makes the Philippines not just a partner but also a prize. Navigating this complex environment will take wisdom, courage, and unity. Pete Hegseth's statement isn't just praise, it's also a warning. Being at the center of attention means the world is watching what the Philippines does next. So what can ordinary Filipinos take away from this? First, a sense of pride. To be at the center of attention means your country matters. It means the sacrifices of overseas workers, the resilience of local communities, and the bravery of soldiers are being recognized worldwide. Second, a sense of responsibility. The spotlight can be heavy. Decisions made now, in politics, in business, in society, will shape not just the Philippines, but the region and even the world. And third, a sense of hope. For too long, the Philippines was seen as a nation of problems, but now it's being seen as a nation of potential. Pete Hegseth may have sparked the conversation, but the truth is bigger than one man's words. The Philippines has always had the heart, the talent, and the courage to shine. Now, the world is finally noticing. The question is, what will the Philippines do with this moment? Will it rise to become a leader in Asia? Will it harness its global diaspora for even greater influence? And will it stand strong in the face of pressure from bigger powers? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain, the Philippines is no longer on the sidelines. It's on the center stage now, and the world is watching closely. If you're proud of what the Philippines represents today, go ahead and hit that like button, and share this video with your friends. And tell us in the comments, what do you think the Philippines' greatest strength is? Its people, its location, or its culture? Because one thing's for sure, the world is paying attention. And so should we.